Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of my Minecraft Epic Build series. I've decided to sort of do a fresh start with this series. I've noticed that my videos kind of expect people to be caught up with what's going on. So instead of doing that, I am just going to start basically from scratch, do a tour of the whole place so that anyone new to the channel will know what's going on. So the reason I decided to do this build was because I noticed that a lot of people were doing epic builds of cathedrals specifically and other pretty large structures. But the thing was they lacked any sort of context. Like it was just a church with no real town around it or just a couple buildings. So what I decided to do was to build a city that would justify structures and epic builds like that being placed inside of it. So this thing is really going to end up being quite a monster when it is finished. And it's going to have a lot of little stuff, a lot of rinky-dink stuff, things that help an audience to achieve immersion. That's what I'm really going for here, is a sense of immersion. So let's get started on this tour. As you see, you have the front wall here, and the front of the city is totally open. And that's because these guys don't back down from a fight. Also, it's because, well, they're in a sort of military sense. I decided, what's more badass than a city that doesn't stop the enemy with a gate? Well, that's these guys, because they just want you to come right on in here and to force yourself to be surrounded by all these high towers that wrap around. So, as you would come in, this is sort of a front plaza area. Now, I will say that when I started this build, this was not a snowy biome, but at some point in time, the updates decided to make it snow, as well as make large numbers of squids spawn inside of my fountains. So something else that should be noted before I go too far on is that the outer wall is not connected in any place to this network. There's basically two networks going on, and they don't intermingle. So as we come back here, underneath the towers, through quite a gauntlet of arrows if you are attacking, you can come up here to this overview area. Just a nice place to stand and look over what will be a good portion of the city later on. However, to get down, this gap right here cannot be jumped. That wasn't a great example, but you can get close, but you can't quite clear that gap. So that will prevent people from going down directly into here. Anyways, to properly get down, after you've come through the front plaza, you'll need to come over to these stairs or just jump straight down and come down into here. You'll have two exits from here. This one, which will take you into this area, and another one down here, right there. There's a passageway for you to go through. Now this right here, this whole area is an unfinished housing district that I'm going to make later on. Fill it all in with homes. I've already got all the roads in place and all the plots of land are in place. So you can see the outer wall here. As well as, if we come all the way over here, this entire area is filled with TNT. Now this is going to be something I set off probably fairly soon, just to have something for my subscribers and viewers to look at. Alright guys, so we're back. So I had to reset the time and go ahead and take a little pause in my video. But anyways, this whole upper area is symmetrical. So as you come down, the same little passageway here to my finished housing district, or at least mostly finished. This is what the other one's going to look like. There's just a little over 200 homes in here. Quite a populous area. Very nice. And you can see this outer wall here, which clearly defines this as a district. The next district over, I have decided to make this city, as I said, as sort of realistic as possible. So I've decided this will be like an immigrants district, just a place for people who have moved into this city to live. Not so much people who were born or native to it. I do have an agricultural district that I was starting on this hill I built, but I've decided that this entire thing is probably going to have to be rebuilt. I do not like it, and I've decided to go a different direction with it. Other than that, I have one fairly large church. There are some other churches in that area, but this church and its surrounding structures I quite like. A small little area for the church's leadership in here. Little, I guess it's like a monastery. As well as just normal houses. These houses are a little bit bigger than these because of reasons. And what I would like to consider the crown jewel of my build so far is my city's public works. Well, this isn't really the crown jewel. Probably the front area up there is the crown jewel. But I really like the public works as I build sewer systems, or am building sewer systems, through the entire thing. Now these will not be that exploitable later on as a means of travel, because I am going to make some inhibitors to that. Now the last thing I would like to show you guys, because my time on this video is running short, is this area which you may have seen be demolished in my last video. Well, now I'm going to clear out the stone, which takes a lot more time, but I've already dug it all out, and you can see how big this is. Quite a large area. I haven't filled these in fully, just so you guys can see down them that all of these tunnels are completely 100% through and through. This is about how much TNT it will take to totally eradicate all of the stone to the depth that I want it. And this does take a lot of time to put all of this down. First you have to cut out the holes, and then you have to fill them back in with TNT. Lots of time dedicated to that, but it will be worth it. I think, actually I don't remember, maybe about 500,000 blocks will be removed during this demolition process. It might be significantly more or significantly less, but that is my best estimate. You can see I have some protecting walls, which should protect my largest housing structure so far, which is this guy. He's going to have quite a few rooms in him, as you can see. Quite a beast of a building. And if you were watching my last video, you will notice that there are a few new structures, and that this area has been rebuilt, as well as this structure, these two structures added. So guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope that this will catch anybody who is coming to the channel for the first time up, so that after this I don't have to do these full explanations every time. I will be updating as regularly as possible. It does take a lot of time to get building done to have an update, so they won't be probably even weekly, maybe bi-weekly. But, no, not bi-weekly, the other way, once every 2 weeks. But that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.